Today I want to go over this new set, the Adrenaline Set Volume 23, and show you how you can make changes to the template and customize it. So I have the template up, I have my Auto Select Layer and Show Transform Controls checked mark, I have my layers up and my history up. If those are not up, you can come to Window and make sure that it's checked, and then it will come on. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the great things about this template set is how you can resize these boxes easily. So right now for Photoshop I have them in these folders. For Elements they will not be in these folders. Let's say I wanted to add, well, first of all, you can just drag these and you can make them any size you want. So if your photo just happens to be smaller, you know, you can just customize this to any size. So it makes it really nice. And if you zoom in really close, you can see if your edges are lined up, and also you can drag out a guide to make sure that everything is in alignment. That's what I usually do. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back to how it was when we first started. Another thing you can do with these edges, it has a stroke, which is an effect. And you could turn off the stroke and the outer glow. Or you can change the color. And the stroke is actually a gradient. It's a Photoshop gradient. In Elements this won't show up, but you can still use it. You can use it as it is. If you want to change the color, you can change it to a solid color. Bring this over here. So there's a lot of changes you can make with it. So we'll go ahead and turn that off as well. So to bring a photo in, you just open up your photo. This is a big box here. Let me show you. You just drag it. I'm going to put this, it's going to be the top left box, and I'm just going to drag that in. My photos are pretty small, so it's too small. Hopefully this won't do this for you. If it's too big, then you just select the photo if it's too big, and you do View, Fit on Screen, and it will show you all of the four corners so that you can drag it in. And you can resize by pressing Shift and then this little corner here. So I'm going to right click, Create Clipping Mask, and then it goes into place. And then I can continue to resize it, whatever size I want. So you just continue to do that with every photo until you get them all in place. I'll just do that real quick. I'll throw them all in here. Oh, that one got clipped. Drag it down. These are just some of the little things that happen. And if you're not familiar with Photoshop, you're like, whoa, what happened? And it just got clipped, so I had to drag it out of that clipping. And then I right click, Create Clipping Mask. And then for my last one, press Enter. If it does that where it won't let you do anything, you usually need to press Enter. And then let's just grab this one, and that will be on the bottom right here. As long as I select it, it usually will go into the right spot. I'm going to drag this out, drag it on top, make it larger. This is a small stock photo, so it comes in small. Right click, Create Clipping Mask, and then you can resize it however you want. Alright, so the photos are in place. Now we can start doing some more customization. So let's say I want to change this to a ball, a baseball or softball. I can change that, and I'm going to turn off. One thing you need to be aware of with this set is I actually had to make a little separate inside for the football because of the way that I just wanted it to be really flexible for you, and so I kept it as a layer and I didn't fill it in. But what happened was I needed to fill in the center of the football, or I got these little dots. So you'll need to remember to always turn that off when you're not using the football, or turn it on and move these together. So select them both when you're moving it and move them together. It's important to remember because you don't want the little strings of the football showing up in the wrong place. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the baseball. View, fit on screen. And another thing is that I tried to make these really flexible. So that means it has a lot of effects on it and you can change it. The original color is black. It has a stroke. It has an inner shadow. And you can also come to these adjustments, add a solid color. Let's say we wanted it to be red. Right click, create clipping mask. Come down to the baseball, turn off the color overlay, and you have a red one. And then you can click that and match it to, you know, the uniform, any color you wanted. So that's kind of a neat thing that you can do. I'm going to change this. I have my character up, which is window character. I'm going to just change it to white, I think. Another thing that you can do with this set is you can change, I have each of these waves in here. You can move them around. You know, you can change the color. So let's like say we want this wave. Again, we can do the same thing, add a solid color. This color. Create clipping mask. Now I have a red wave. And I'm going to come up to this and change it to white. So I push it over to the white. When you change the name, I'll show you how to fix that. I'm trying to think of a name that's longer or shorter so that you can, let's say you just wanted it to be shorter and you wanted, what you can do is bring it over. Let's say I wanted it to be really big. And I'm just, you can even scrunch these if you don't like them, if it's too wide. And then you can take these picture boxes, top left, and then bottom, top right, and you press Control and grab them both, and you can make them smaller and press Enter. And then you take this like little dark stripe underneath and you make it bigger. And it's the same thing for making everything smaller. You just resize everything. So it's kind of nice that you can just make it completely customized. You can also make this smaller if you think it's, you know, taking up too much. You can bring this over here if you want, or you could put it right here. Another thing you can do is you can change the color of the background. So here's the background, and if I want, right now it's desaturated, but if I wanted it to be a color, I can increase the saturation and I can change it to a color. Any color, so it can match the team. This word also has the effect with these, with the gradient overlay. So if you wanted it to be a solid color, you could turn that off. So there's really a lot you can do with it. I hope that gives you a pretty good overview of how the template is designed, how you can customize it, and I hope you enjoy this set.